Hi everyone, welcome back to the workshop. Right, today is time for another tool from Ustar. And today I want to show you this one. It's basically a tool for cutting brick patterns into various materials, like foam or styrene or whatever you make your dioramas out of. I'll show you the back, give you an indication of what this tool actually does. So let's get him out of the box, and I will show you exactly how this works in practice. Let's get the usual Allen key for these things. Okay, excuse me. Okay, so that's the actual tool itself. Now the box tells us that this is a solid aluminium. That's what it's actually made out of, and it's been anodized with obviously Ustar's brand colours. I say all metal construction. The locating holes for the blades themselves on both ends. The whole thing secures together with these four screws. Also in the box you get two sizes of blade. Let me get a pair of tweezers so I don't stab myself getting these out of the box. Let me do that. Excuse me. And one dropped out on itself. Fantastic. So let me just pick that up and pick the smaller one up. Okay, so these are the two sizes of blade that you get to cut your brick patterns into whichever material you're trying to detail. So it should cover pretty much all of the usual scales for most brick patterns. The 1/35 for this large one, pretty much everything else for the small one. But because the way the jig is set up, you can pretty much use any blade size you just happen to have. If you match a blade size to the precise scale of brick that you want to actually create, you'll be able to use it with this jig, because the way it's been created, it's pretty much universal for most blades. So again, if you have a specific blade which you know is exactly the right scale for you, then you should be able to use it. But you do get two sizes in the box. Now what we'll do is we'll use the larger one, as it's just easier to see on camera, so I can show you. Let's put that in fact, let's put that away so we don't lose it or accidentally cut ourselves. Okay, let me get several of these blades out of the pack to begin with. Excuse me. Right, so Allen key. Let's choose this end, because that's the larger end. Which there is two different sizes. The way they've cut a recess into this, you'll see on this end, those recesses are bigger than this end. So you just choose which end fits the blade size you'll want to use for your bricks. So let's undo the right end. So it's that end. So what I've been doing is undoing these two on the end and one just on this end, because what I don't want is the whole thing just to fall to bits. So what I want to do is keep that one there tight, and undo the others so they excuse me, so they fall out of the actual device, which they will do once you get all the screws undone. Oh, he needs a bit more. Hang on a sec. So that should pull out. Yes, it does. Okay, so I just want to keep it like that. I want to keep it as this sort of fan, so it's easier to manipulate. Now, let me just show you. I'll do it like this. Now, you can see there's a recess, which they machined into each of these locating fans, I suppose, whatever you want to call them. That recess, that's where your craft knife goes. Yeah, and that's what you're paying more attention to, getting your craft knife in exactly the same position so all the bricks are equidistant. But in effect, if you can get a craft knife to fit into that recess for the large ones, and there's exactly the same recess on the other end, but it's a smaller diameter, then you should be fine with whichever particular blade you want to use with this tool. So what you do is, let me just make sure it's the right way around. Like that. Right, so what I'm going to do is pick up each of the blades itself. Make sure it's always in the same orientation, and then put the blade into the recess, and leave that one in place, and then use the next arm, bring that over, and then use that to secure it in place. Yeah, and then we're going to do exactly the same with each of the blades as we put them into the jig. And the next arm swings over. It's a little bit fiddly until you've done it a few times. Yeah, that swings over. Get the next blade, put that in place. That's the wrong way around. Put that in place like that. Bring the next arm over. You've got to kind of try and hold them all in place. Next one, get the next blade, put that in place there, like that. Bring the arm over, which that one's being a little bit temperamental. Hang on. There it is. Like that. That's not in the right place. There it is. And the final blade goes onto that one. And then we bring the red cover over as the final part of the tool. So excuse me. Then I'll spend a little bit of time adjusting these because I don't want them to be moving around so much. So put one of the screws in, but don't tighten it up because you need a little bit of give. You can put the other one in as well. Again, with practice, you'll understand how all this actually fits together. I say it takes a little bit of practice to get all these blades in the right position because they have to be not only sticking out at the same amount, because obviously you want to cut an equidistant brick into your material, but they also need to be totally parallel with each other. So you just need to spend a little bit of time. See, I just flicked it there with my finger. A little bit of time just making sure these blades are all exactly the same. So when they cut, they're all cutting. Yeah. So that looks pretty good. So let me just tighten that one up a little bit more. And you keep on doing this, which is what I'll be doing, until you get them all just in the right place. So it is a little bit fiddly, but once you've done it sort of a few times, or you've got them everything in the right place, you'll be able to cut, for a substantial amount of time before you have to change these blades. There. Right, so I think I'm ready to tighten up, and of course I've put these things in the wrong side. So let me just undo these and flip it over, because there's a recess for each one of these. Let me take that out. Let's take that out. Should be undone enough using my fingers. Let's do it like that. Right, so flip it over. Again, make sure all my blades are in the right place. Now let's do that properly, shall we? Let's put these back in, and again do another. Tighten them a little bit. Let's just check again. So be careful, obviously. If you obviously wear sort of protective gloves if you're a little bit concerned about cutting yourself with it, but very careful because you'll be handling these blades to get them into the tool. That looks pretty good. That looks pretty good. And let's get the final one into its position in there. So we should be done. Now let's just check. Now that may need some adjustment. I can see one of those blades is slightly higher. So what I would do is undo and then adjust it. Take some time to get all these so they're in exactly the same position, because that obviously gives you the accuracy you're looking for. But that's how the tool will be put together. So you use it like that as a multiple knife cutter, if you like. That's what it is. But it cuts obviously equidistant bricks for what we want to use it for. So that's how you actually bolt the thing together. Yeah. So let's put those away. So let's get a bit of this sort of styrene material, which often we use for bricks in dioramas. Let me get a rule, and what I'll do is I'll just cut some bricks into this one. So say about there. There. Now, not sure if you can see that. Now I need to make some adjustments because one of the blades has moved. I can see that with the bottom one. It needs to be moved because it isn't equidistant. But you can see the top three there. They put an equidistant line into this styrofoam. Yeah, but the bottom one needs some adjustments. I need to go back, undo the screws, yeah, and make an adjustment to that blade, and that should then cure that bottom one and then give you nice equidistant lines. And of course, once you've got that, you can then go in with whatever tool you use. I use a cocktail stick to mark out each brick. Some people use tools like this one. To go in and make more adjustments to their bricks, but at least it gives you a guide, particularly if you're doing lots and lots of these. If you cover this face, for instance, at least you do all of the parallel lines for the bricks, and then you can go in and make all the adjustments you want. So I found that to be fiddly. It is, absolutely, to get this right. But when it's right, of course, then you can absolutely then put this away somewhere. Be careful because there's no cover for this. There's no way of protecting the ends of this. They don't give you a cover at all. So I'll be very careful where you put this. I have just a Tupperware box, yeah, which I've just got for this, a tiny one. I just put that in and seal the box. I know it's there. Don't leave this standing up like that. You're going to stab yourself if you're not careful. And don't leave it in a drawer either, because you'll forget. You'll go in and you're going to cut yourself on these blades. So find a box to put this in, yeah, and then you're covered. Or even take the original box it came in, take the foam insert out and put it in the box. Whatever you want to do, however you want to store this thing, but be super careful. Yeah. Whether I'd recommend pouring smaller ones on the end as well, that's entirely up to you, because you may need to do different sizes of brick. It may be the same, the same workflow. It is possible to do that. Yeah, it is super fiddly to do each end. Absolutely, it really is. But I'd argue just do it one at a time, because you want that. You want that like that. You don't want some sticking out the end, which I have seen in some videos. People are trying to hold it like that because they've got both ends with blades. I wouldn't recommend doing that at all. Use it like that. That's the motion you want to cut the bricks once you've made all these blades nice and equidistant. So that's the brick cutting tool from Ustar. It's an interesting innovation if you're struggling along with a cocktail stick and a ruler to try and cut something into this kind of material. It could absolutely transform how you do them, particularly if you're doing quite a lot of this. Take some time to set this up correctly, and it could absolutely save you massive amounts of time. So that could be something very useful for you if you have an application for it. So as usual, any questions, any queries, do come back to me, and of course, keep on modelling.